Hi, welcome to another video by Daniel and John, and today we are talking about compost bins or storage for your garden. Now, we've got two types. We've got your conventional one, this is Blackwall, and let's start with the cost. This was, if you bought this on Amazon today, it would be £87, so quite a lot of money for what it is. If you go to recycling, type in recycling Google, you can get them for about 40 and one half price if your council is part of that initiative. We got two of these for about £60, so it's quite a good deal. So twist, it comes like this basically, and it's got a lid on it, and you fill it with your compost. Just put it in.
Garden, kitchen, anything you want.
Right, put it in and it all rots down. When it's all rotted down, you can get it out the bottom there. I'm not going to pull that off, there's some in there. You can put an accelerator in there, Compost Accelerator.
So they're basically tablets in warm water, and you put it directly in the middle, don't you?
5 litres basically.
Yeah. That just helps things along a bit, doesn't it?
So the benefits of this is you can get a lot in there and you can get big bits in there, look.
Yeah,
you can
you
store
can
lots
really
more.
Fill it up, yeah.
The only thing, it needs to be off the ground, so there's air. It's a big hole at the bottom, so it needs to sit on somewhere. You don't want it on your nice lawn where it's going to rot your lawn. Some people put some mesh under there to stop rats and things and mice getting in, but we haven't. We just dropped it on the floor. The other thing, once compost is in, it's not going to be easy to move, so bear that in mind, but it does take a large volume.
And you want to set it up and leave it, don't you?
Basically leave it, yes. That's that one there. So if you bought that, I'd say it was 87 quid. Your other option...
You got that on a bit of a better price, didn't you?
Yeah, it was, like I say, local authority initiative.
Local authority, and you
so
got it.
two for about 60 quid.
So
other
check that out if you want
to. Is something like this. This is one of those things that reminds me of a bingo thing.
Or the lottery.
The lottery, yes. And this is self-assembly.
It's made by a company called Outsunny.
There are lots of different models. Came in a box. I've got to say, it's the first time I've bought a product by these guys, and they're very well packaged. If you're thinking of buying this one, it's about 160 litres, that's 300 litres. It basically comes flat panelled, and it took me about 40 minutes to assemble it. And you just screw these panels on, and if you see in the middle there's a divider.
Yes, so it's got these green doors, sliding doors, very simple operation.
You fill one up and you get it going, and then you fill another one up, so you've always got one on the go sort of thing.
So what's the point of one that turns like this?
One, if you had quite a small garden, or even if you had sort of even a balcony garden or somewhere like that, or you've got a caravan somewhere and you just want to keep the area nice. It's small, isn't it? You know, it's compact. The other thing is you can move this around. That's a key benefit. You can move it around. So if you're moving,
but obviously with the turning features to allow the compost to.
Well, this is it. So you'll see there, Dan's quite right. I've got a fork there. So the only way to sort of turn that around is start moving it around with a fork. So with this, you just literally do this every so often, and it helps it to
and you can put that accelerator in there as well and turn it, and it will all mix.
So if you've got a lot, and if you look at the garden here, there's bushes and conifers, you might want something like that. But if you've just got a small garden with pots and all you're doing is clipping back your tulips and that, then this is probably ideal. I mean, you could always store a bit, so we just need two for all these conifers and that. I mean, the assembly with that is fairly obvious. It arrives and you put the lid on and you fill it.
Yeah, simple.
With this, the frame, I can only describe them as having, like, you know, when you've got your crutches and you move them up.
Ball bearings.
And it just slips in these holes and it builds the frame. This comes in these flat panels.
It's self-assembly. Comes in a cardboard box. Simple instructions.
Picture of these panels. So it comes. That's the divider in the middle. That's the lid, and these panels, and you virtually screw them on to these ends, which are these there, and it is really easy. It comes even with a screwdriver. You get spare screws. It's a little bit fiddly towards the end. but you just hold the nuts underneath and use that screwdriver. The thing I noticed about these screws, normally when you buy a product like this, you put your Phillips screwdriver in or posi head in, and the screws start giving way. This was no problem at all. Tighten these up, and they do tighten right up. When you come to putting it on the frame, it comes with this bar that you slide in the middle, which allows it to turn, and you just put 2 long bolts with 2 nuts in there. Let me just, it'll be obvious when you're doing it. It was simple. You see there, these little nuts and bolts, these are for all these
little gripping parts.
These are for these. Come out there. Basically it's got that on it. That's for these, and then you'll see that these nuts here, I've got a nylon washer in. They're slightly different. So, but they all come in the same bag. So just there'll be 3 of them, but there's plenty of spares if you lose anything.
Just check it as you put them together. Just check it.
This was, like I say, £67 or something.
We'll just do the modern one, but it's the 845 490. If you want to buy this exact one,
it did come really well packaged, and it came with the screwdriver and everything. The only thing that might need doing, if I can be bothered to do it, is put some Loctite on these screws, stop the nuts coming loose. And the only other thing that, Outsunny, if you're listening, why don't you just provide some plastic protection clips? We'll get a little bit of hose just for the tube at the bottom there. 2 little bits that push on the back and the front, that would be helpful, and preserve the product a bit. But
yeah, because of the paint. Yeah.
It was easy to put together, like I say, 40 minutes, and it's ideal for your kitchen waste and a small garden. Yeah, you can't knock it really for the money. It was like, and once it's together, it's solid. So, and it does.
It does work, and it does do what it says.
And look, if you don't use it for your compost, you can always use it for bingo.
Yeah, you put some balls good in there and just spin it in.
I guess you'd even dry your washing in there if you spun it quick enough, but yeah, it's good. I guess the other key benefit of this, thinking about it, is as well, it's off the ground, it's all sealed, so this would be better if you had small children, I guess, so you wouldn't be digging around in it. You're certainly not going to get any vermin in there because it is all sealed. So
it's off the ground. That's the other benefit.
That might be an option.
And you can get the compost quicker because you can turn it every now and then. You can put the accelerator in it if you want to. You can keep turning it.
And it needs heat.
This will give you probably a quicker result than that will.
Yeah, I think
that's for more bulk stuff. That's why we've got that. This is for just,
so
more high quality sort of
really
thing.
Sort of wrap this up. They're both equally as good.
Yeah, it just depends on your use case.
Depends on
what you want out of your compost.
That's basically it.
Like
your use
anything,
case.
really.
So the other thing with this is if you're, say, composting your, kitchen peelings and things like this, I guess you can put this closer to the house and just near your bins.
I mean, it looks pretty smart. It doesn't look out of place.
No,
it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'd as a product, I'd recommend this. And if this is anything to go by, how good their products are and what quality they are from Outsunny.
They do make a variety of products.
Then I'd consider, because they do greenhouses and all sorts.
They do all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
I'd consider buying another product by them. It's not made in the UK, I know that, because it's imported. Those are made in the UK. Yeah, anyway.
Oh, the other thing we should mention before this is that because it's plastic, it doesn't rot. You've got years and years of life out of it, especially stuff like that.
Yeah. And the other key benefit is, like I say, we're 2023, April, and we recently bought some compost. And that was £12.50 a bag. So for people who watch our channel, and then probably see some of the allotment videos, so we need quite a bit of compost now. So we might as well be generating our own, and we will need. We've got another one of them on the allotment, and it's good for the environment. And at £12.50 for a bag, it doesn't take long to add. Spend £100 when you can be creating your own compost. So it's got to be a good thing. I mean, we learn a bit as well, so it's got to be a good thing, really. So if this, like I say, has helped you along with your compost, if it could help us along a little bit with a thumbs up, that does help us with our channel. And if you're interested in what we're getting up to, try and do videos that help people out a little bit, then we'd appreciate you subscribing. Thanks for watching.